What am I doing here? What am I supposed to say? Okay, listen. Alright, listen. The opinions expressed in the following episode do not reflect Big Beard Productions, and is solely that of the guest featured at the time. Thank you. Watch at your own risk. I got a beer. Guys, welcome to the 11th installment of Big Beard and Friends. And getting straight to the point, here's a one-of-a-kind guy, good friend of mine, the one and only Keg Belly.
What's going on, BB?
What are you doing, man, on this lovely, lovely, beautiful evening?
Oh, chilling out here with nature. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great. I've been busy. My nature was kind of seeing, I think I saw a bird poop on my mailbox, and that was about as close as I came to nature today. That was it, man. That was about it. That's how much they care about me.
We got some of them around here, that's for sure.
Man, I know what else you got. You got flying squirrels, and I know that's like something we talk about, but this man has flying squirrels. He's got birds, and maybe at a later time I'll introduce you to them. For real. They will just come fly, and all this, man, it's a whole nother story. But it's true. I'm not lying.
It is, isn't it? I do.
um,
I see them about every morning. I come out before I get my shower in the mornings, and
sure.
while my coffee's making, and he's usually on my feeder over here just chewing away.
I love it. I love them, man.
Yeah.
People feel like they don't know. They do. It's real. They do fly. They look it up, people. It's true. It's true. When I was in school, when I was a lot younger, I remember having this discussion because I had one in my backyard, and we would watch it. And I was like, I don't know, 10, 11 years old. And we had arguments, and kids thought that I was so dumb. But we do have them here, so look that up here. To us, we're used to it. You guys look.
Well, they were partly right, though. Now you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I am dumb. I am.
They were
Yeah, I know.
partly right.
They don't know that though. That's between us. Okay. Wait. No. Anyway. All right. Well, check it out. I have, to get right to the point here, I have some words I'm going to say. You have seen the show. You've been a part of the show in the back, and even contributed more than people think. We've all, you guys are great support here, and I think that's awesome. So with that being said,
I've enjoyed every one of them.
No,
Let
yeah.
me say that. I've enjoyed every one of them.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's rough. It's in the making. I got 100, so maybe by the end of the 100, I'll have something that's a big production. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. I have some words here for you, and I'm going to say some words. You say the first thing that pops in your head, and then I'll do some have-yous, and we'll go from there. So the first word I have for you, nothing wrong, nothing right. It's the first thing that pops in your head. House.
Payment.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Sports.
Football.
Okay. All right. Beer.
Say that again.
Beer.
B-E-E-R. Beer.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. I love it. I love this. Little.
Big.
Okay. All right. Purple.
Pink.
All right. All right. All right. Fart.
You wanted me to say Hayes, didn't you? Huh? That'll be the next installment, okay?
We'll talk about all this later. You guys have no idea. I'm telling you, these Zoom calls and these things only bring out so much in a short time. Fart.
Oh, stink.
Dog.
Cat.
Oh, all right. It's funny. I have a moon.
Stars.
Nice, nice. I see the corresponding to this. Beach.
Wow. I want to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know what else to say. Like beach.
That's the first thing that comes to my mind. I want to
Yeah,
go.
yeah. And finally, forest.
Gump.
Oh wow, that made me feel
You know,
old.
Savannah, the beach, Forrest Gump, the whole 9 yards. You
Yeah,
know?
see, yeah,
I'm ready.
I know. And I
I'm
just
ready.
look what I just created in your mind, and I have not even. We have not spoke about this prior to this either. That's interesting. That's pretty cool, man.
Well, that was the last trip that we made to the beach. Me and my wife was to
yeah.
Savannah, and I wanted to take her to the fountain down there, you know, and we never did get a chance to go. So it's another trip for another day.
Yeah, it's all right. Are you
I'm ready.
I was gonna say, are you ready to have your bags packed, or are they already packed?
Shoot, to go down there,
I just leave
you
right
don't
now.
need much.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you don't need much.
We're men though. We're guys. We can just go how we are. We're like, we're fine, babe.
That's
Go
what
on.
I'm saying. Yeah, don't need much.
You're gonna wear these for 4 days? Yes.
I am.
What is I'm gonna ask you something real quick, and then we'll get on to the have yous here in just a moment. Have you do you have what's on your mind right now on this topic? Is there anything that you've just held inside or talked about to yourself, or talked about at work? Is there a word? Is there just a few moments here? Do you have? I'm gonna let you have the floor.
Oh,
Topic.
oh, Blakely, you know me. I'm always a philosophical kind of guy. You know, I'm always thinking about things and people and future and past and everything. You know, you and I both are the same that way.
Sure.
Even though we haven't known each other, but what, 3 years now?
Yeah.
I think you're an old soul to me, and I think we both feel the same way when it comes to certain things.
Right.
And one is how we were, how the things were, you know, the world was and everything when we was born, we was raised. I know I'm a little bit older than you, but not much.
Sure. No, I mean,
And,
really, no. Yeah.
Yeah, we come from pretty much the same stock, and just the way that it just, there's a different turn. It seems like on different corners that's happening more and more frequent. I mean, I know, you know, growing pains is one thing. You know, we all have growing pains. The world has growing pains. Everybody's got growing pains.
Yeah.
But you can't get over one pain before another one hits.
That's right.
These days and times, you know what I'm saying? So it's taken a lot out of all of us, and I think about that a lot. Of course, you know, I'm do electrical work, and we're considered essential, I guess.
Right.
And I have worked every day through this, and I've seen through my mind's eye of how things have changed since the end of February, you know, and watching your programs and watching your shows and listening to your talks about how you feel about things. And
yeah, I could go on and on. Yeah, the same. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can too. So,
Yeah,
but that's you know what I've got on my mind. That's what I've thought about today a lot, and I think about it a lot every day.
Sure.
Of where do we go from here? You know, how do you determine where do you go from here when the next minute something else happens? So
right.
I think we just need to trust in the Lord and pray for each other, and you know, I don't know of anything else we can do rather than trust Him, and that's about it.
That's it. Amen to that. There's nothing wrong with that. See, that's why I ask you certain things. I feel like got to talk to him, and I told you prior to this when we were meeting up prior uh, 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 for the show, basically that I'm going to keep it brief and to the point, but at the same time, I'm going. I want to keep it real. I wanted to talk to you about that because I do think that you have you said it earlier. We're kind of the same to be from two different worlds in the way we were raised, and I like that too, and I think that's cool too. But I like to get deep. Those who really know me. Those who ever worked with me, or those who not that I'm special, but I don't know. You just that's really cool. You just made me feel really good
Well,
about myself right there.
well, you and I have had some discussions on this back porch right here before,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll continue to have them as
absolutely.
time goes on. The
Yeah,
good Lord allows us, So I
absolutely,
look forward to it. I've enjoyed it,
absolutely.
and I look forward to it.
These guys have no. I just wish we could have recorded 2 years ago, let alone this past
No, you don't.
past six
No, you
months.
don't.
Have been crazy. All right, man. It is time for some have yous. I'm gonna ask you some
Have you?
questions. Yeah, you've seen the show, so here we go. Here we
I
go.
have.
Have you ever been to a hold down?
Absolutely.
Yes. I love it.
More than one.
All right. When the last hold down you went to? Anything on top of your head? Was it in the state?
Oh, I would have been 1976, I guess.
Okay. All right.
1977, a true hoedown. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I've taught you about certain things in the past few years, so even you may be like, "Why is he asking me this?" There's reason. That's
Well,
cool.
I got married at a young age, and my hoedowns kind of went throwdown at that point. So
No downs.
yeah, there was no downs out of that one.
All right, I heard that. All right, got another one here. Have you ever been in a car crash?
Yes.
Really? Is it anything you'd talk
Mm.
about, or is it just you want to answer that and move on? Or
No, I mean I've been in several car crashes. Some wasn't my fault,
yeah, okay,
some were, But
okay, one of them. All right,
I've been, yeah,
all
yeah.
right. I was just asking about it when I coming up with these questions. I'm like, wait a minute. I've gotten one, and I was able to walk away from mine 24, 3 years ago, whatever it was. And I know some people who can't talk about them because, So, all right. Well, that's cool. All right. All right. Now here's one. I might turn the feels on for a moment. I'm gonna get Blake with you here. Have you ever cried watching a movie?
Absolutely.
Okay. When's the last movie you cried in? Just
Oh man, I'm a crier. I don't know. Shit. Um, I think it was right around Easter time, maybe. I was
okay.
watching the story of the Bible, and things like that just touch me.
Right.
It's just
Right.
because it's real. A lot of things ain't real, but that's real, so it
Real.
touches me. And I
It's real.
oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
God, I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think I cry every time. Every time, I haven't told a lot of people this, so I'll say this right here, and we'll save a lot of questions for Big Beard when you guys get the turn. But I cry probably more than you think during a church service, and even that we do it online. I've never thought I could cry in the middle of my kitchen just overwhelmed beyond belief just hearing the word. Usually I'm a crier in person, but anyway, when he starts working on you, you can't change it. You can't do nothing about it.
But there is movies out there that has made me cry before. Not
Sure,
not just the
sure,
religious movie, but yeah, I mean
sure,
I might look rough and tumble, but I'm a softy at heart. You know what I mean?
sure. Amen to that. And I say I blame that on you're a dad, because before pre-dads we think we're tough, and then we have kids and now we know we're
Oh
tough.
yeah,
All
oh yeah,
right,
yeah,
all right.
that's for sure.
That is, amen to that. All right. Moving on. Have you ever thought how good I would look in a purple tutu?
No, Can't say that I have, brother.
Okay, all right. Have you ever wanted to be a cowboy?
Oh, I've been a cowboy several times. I was a cowboy from the time I was probably 2 years old,
Yeah.
uh, till, I was 6 or 7 years old. I wore a six shooter on my hip almost every day during the summers.
And you would now
Some
if you
kind of
could.
cap gun or something.
You'd
Shoot,
wear it.
yeah,
I
man.
know you would. I know you would, man. I've
You got to
talked.
remember, I'm a little bit older than you, and Roy Rogers was still around, and people like that. So that was the cowboy era. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. All right.
Cowboys and Indians.
There's nothing wrong with that. I've heard stories. My dad's 69, and I'm telling you, I like to say, and he does it, is why I'm saying it. To say he raised me right. I mean, I grew up, have a gun, will travel. I mean, you're talking
Oh
Paladin,
yeah.
you're talking Wanted Dead or Alive, Steve McQueen. Yeah, no, I do remember. I remember Bonanza, Gunsmoke, some of the favorite stuff ever on television, and of course A-Team and MASH as I got older. But all
Oh
right,
yeah.
all right. Have you ever been to another country?
I have.
You have been. What country have you been to there?
Canada.
Oh wow. What what took
Love that country.
what took you to Canada?
Well, I lived up in Pennsylvania for 18 years,
Okay,
and up in Pittsburgh area, and
okay,
that's not too far. It's only about a 2.5, 3 hour drive from there to Canada.
okay. Okay, all right. So I just
You know,
learned stuff.
I've spent a lot of time up in Canada.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. I've been to Philadelphia and Pittsburgh and in between. I helped my neighbor like 11 years ago move his sister from one house to another. I spent 3 days in her new
Yeah.
place, and then we left. That's it. That's it. All right. Well, that
The
was
one of the best.
yeah,
Well, there's a couple of things about Canada, if I may.
yeah,
One is you step in a little bit richer than you were when you wasn't in there. You know what I'm saying? You're just a little bit richer,
yeah.
and everything, most all the apparel that they wear there is made in Canada. It's a phenomenal idea of producing your own garments in your
Supporting.
country.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I got you. I heard it. I hear you. All right. Speaking of being phenomenal out there, have you ever seen a UFO?
Nah,
No. Do you believe in them? Does that cross your mind at all? Or
I didn't say I didn't believe in them. I just said I ain't never seen one.
all right, all right. He's yelling at me. No, I'm kidding. Have you ever caught a massive fish in Lake Lanier?
Not a massive one. No,
Nothing in Lake Lanier. Have
no.
you ever?
I've caught bigger fish in Lake Erie than I have Lake Lanier, and that's strange
Okay.
because
Well,
I've fished Lake Lanier, yeah, since I was 1965. That I could remember.
yeah. All right.
Um,
Yeah. So you've done a lot and lots and lots of fishing.
Over the years, I've done a good bit. Yeah, done a
I,
good
I,
bit.
I know you like to I've heard you mention you like to take it up to creeks and rivers sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Fish.
of course, trout fishing.
Yeah.
Around here, you get up around Dahlonega and on up around in the northern parts up there. It's some great, great trout fishing.
Right.
And when I was a kid growing up, it wasn't crowded like it is today. Uh, Roads up there were all dirt. Now they're all paved. So
Right.
things change. Like I said, it's growing pains, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's true.
but
True.
yeah, me and my dad and my grandfather, my uncles, my aunts, we all, mom, brothers, we all grew up fishing and going to the river. We call it the river, is the creek up
Sure.
there.
Right. That's what I saw.
Jones Jones Creek to be exact. I mean, that's if you want to get technical about it.
Uh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, it's all right. Have you ever been on a cruise?
No,
No. All right. A lot of
no.
people I know are saying no. A lot of people I know that have are like they either love it or they're like they're never going back again. And everybody has a story. So I have never asked you that in person. All right. Well, moving on to the last one. Have you ever been to a rodeo?
I have not.
Not been to a rodeo, and I just threw that in there because I'm
No, and
like,
it's no, and it's funny too because I've done a job out in Texas one time. I spent 6 months on a job out in Texas one time,
okay.
and I went to a sale out there, but I never went to a rodeo. And I'm in Texas. I'm 50 miles west of Houston and didn't go to a rodeo. So I don't know.
Okay, I hear you. I don't know. It just looked like you've that guy. I got one more bonus question. If you had one wish, what would it be? Like right now?
Oh my goodness. There's so much to be thankful for, you know.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
true. That's true.
personally, I don't need nothing, but you know, everybody wants world peace, and I'd say world peace. I mean, that's what Miss America wants, right?
Well,
Is
that's
world peace, and who's gonna deny her, you know?
no right,
So
but we need it too,
I say
man.
world peace.
Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with
Amen.
that. There's nothing wrong with that. Now I usually you ask this kind of stuff at the beginning of a show, but what is your job title? And you don't have to say the company name if you don't want to. What do you do for a living? I've noticed we've made a lot of references and not even informed anybody.
Well, I'm a uh, what's called a field supervisor for an electrical contractor.
Right.
So
Okay. Okay.
um, I'm an electrician.
All right. Well, I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say that, but I'm like, no, no, but you're smart. You've got some other things going for you, so I
Well,
can't
my
talk.
body won't let me do what yeah, my body won't let me do what I used to do 30 years ago or 20 years ago, you know,
Yeah.
and fortunately I've been able to take my knowledge, you know, as of what I've done in my past and try to teach newer guys, you know, younger guys,
Yeah.
somebody that's got a good back
Yeah.
and not such of a strong mind, you know,
True. Hey,
because
I understand that.
nowadays,
Yeah. Yeah. I'd always often
um,
like I used to get called, you don't got to do that, Superman. Quit lifting that, Superman. Hey, He-Man, quit. And I wasn't thinking like I'm strong. I just wanted to get jobs done. And I realized that it got taught to me by a mentor of mine, work smarter, not harder. Now, to most people, that may be common sense, but at that point, nobody ever talked to me that way. So that helped me. So
yeah,
I've got my neighbors here. You're going to hear some four-wheelers.
I don't hear,
You don't hear them? What's this?
but I do now.
I had to quit, guys, for a moment. Sorry about that. All right, I have to let him go. Hold on. There's like 5 kids out here, which is fine with me, but they got this big track out here, and these kids are like 12, maybe 13 years old, and the track and some of the tracks that they've created, but the track and the stuff that they're on through my backwoods, I created myself with some friends when they were 1 year old, if not even born. So I'm all right with this noise. It's just never had it in the middle of a show here. It's
That's
extra.
because you've never had me.
It's okay, but it's extra loud on my end when they come by. So if it's loud on y'all's end, I apologize. It's really loud here. I hear. All right, they're pulling out. That's all right. I hear them. All right, you never know what's in store here. Wow, that's gonna be an interesting edit. Oh wow. Hey man, if I must say, I love your beard. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just gonna go ahead and move on here just for a few
Oh,
minutes.
wow.
Love your beard, dude.
Thanks, dog. I appreciate that.
Man, you said before that you had shaved it like last spring or somewhere in that area, and you said I disowned you.
I did.
You don't have to remind me.
You almost did.
I'm kidding. I'm I know I was facial profiling you. I'm sorry, but it was weird. I've always known you with a beard. I've always like it was gone. No, it was. I saw it. So you're a man though. You can pull off anything. It's weird. You're Kenny. You're Keg Belly. Is there any? I've got to start asking. How did you get your name? How did the name come about?
Man, you got me. I mean, I don't know. We were all together one night, and I think we were trying to give each other nicknames or something, and nobody could come up with one for me because they didn't. There were so many of them that you could call me Aristotle, you could call me prophetic, you can call me anything, but I said nope. It's Keg Belly.
All right. See, I kind of know the story. I'm just I know people are like, what is these guys' real names you're introducing? Well, that's what we got, certain things you can reach us on. But I just want to throw that in there. My joke was, and I had Sweezy on the show, and I know he's going to watch this a couple episodes back.
Yeah.
And he's like, I jokingly said, I don't know how Big Beard come about. And he's like, I don't really know. It was a joke. It was a joke. No, I'm joking. He'll see this and now he'll think back. But, man, it's always a pleasure talking to you, Kenny, in person always.
Same here, dog.
Real quick, how has quarantine life got you? Now, you said earlier that you were working, so I know you're not confined, but does it still have its toll and take its effect on the wife and the home life?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was working, but I was working from the office. We never furloughed none of our guys, but there was a stoppage in work there for I don't know a couple of weeks, where till we could get a handle on proper PPE, and making sure guys were safe on the job site, making sure there's no more than 10. And really what we wanted to do was be by ourselves on a job. If we're going to have to do a job, we want to be by ourselves on a job.
Sure.
For me, I was working in the office, so it was just me and the boss and our office manager. And so we were able to isolate. But all that being said, that's that part of my life.
Yeah.
Coming home, of course, to mama, to my wife, and trying not to bring that home. She's kind of debilitated to begin with, so she don't really get out a whole lot. So it wasn't a big change for her, but it was just everything. Same with you, same with everybody. How do I get groceries? How do I get gas in my car without getting it, from the gas handle, and it's on and on and on. So nothing no more than anybody else has went through. I was fortunate that I was actually able to get out of the house. So I really can't answer that question 100% because I was able to get out,
Right.
Where a lot of people couldn't. There was a lot of people that had to stay at home. And I just, like I said, I pray for them, and
are you a firm believer that this is in Christ's hands?
Oh, absolutely, man.
I know you had mentioned it, made references. I needed to hear you say that because I know you. I know how we just along when it comes to the Bible, just you and I could get carried away, and we may save that, but I know you do, and I know we pray a lot. Once again, you and I, and anybody watching, if you don't pray, if you're not into, from an atheist to a different religion, hey, that's cool. My religion tells me that my God and my Jesus, we would still love you, but at the same time, I'll pray for you. So you've always got a prayer. I think everybody needs at least one. And I don't know about you, but as young as I am, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe that the reason a lot of us, period, are alive is simply because we are alive because of our grandparents' prayers. praying for the family, praying over them. A lot of us are alive. I just believe that. Well, I guess what I'm saying is we got to turn to the elders at times like this, and they really will know what to do. I don't know. We could get deep. See, a lot of this is like twists and turns, but
Well, I mean, this isn't the first world pandemic that we've
no,
had.
right.
You know, it goes on and on and on, and the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. Everything's been here before. But I just don't believe in tempting fate. I think if there's an old story about a guy or a man that was beaten on the road, and a guy come by and said, "Can I help you?" And he said, "No, I'm waiting on the Lord." And so he walked on. Another guy come by and said, "Can I help you?" He said, "No, I'm waiting on the Lord." And then eventually he woke up in heaven.
Yeah.
And he said, "Why didn't the Lord help me?" And he said, "Well, I sent two fellows by to help you. Why didn't you take their help?" So, I mean, I don't believe in tempted fate, and that maybe ain't the way the story goes, but
right. But it's there, right?
If I've got hand sanitizer in the house, I'm gonna wear it. If I've got a mask, I'm gonna wear it. If
you gotta,
if I can stay 6 feet away from somebody and not get a COVID-19, then I'm gonna stay 6 feet away from them.
All right. It's funny that he gave us free will and the way we believe it, and free will also means that do you have that knowledge? And a lot of people go, well, he put this here, he put this here. But no, well, here's the thing: he gave you enough knowledge in order to do right. So you. Yeah, you got to thank him. Kenny, I'm gonna tell you what, man. We're gonna talk again. I hope to get the couples week started up here soon. So we'll get your wife and yourself, and we'll get the guys and their wives, and we'll do the same thing here if they want to. We'll get together and talk about all this. But that was my next big thought in my head, movies. But you were
got to make him 100, right?
Dude, I've got to. So we have to. All right. Look, brother, man, it's always a pleasure here. As always, I am going to let this music take us out here, but I'm going to tell you what, before we go, we know what we do when we do what we do. So, love, peace,
chicken grease,
all day. It's awesome. Presentations.